Hello, this is Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary Rules Editor. And today we're presenting the Thanksgiving edition. This is the 11th in our series of media videos for the 2020 season. And we're going to be focused on game action for the week ending November 21st. Now, before we get into our plays, a quick update on our kickoff. For this season, 44% of our kickoffs result in a traditional touchback in the end zone. 13% of our kickoffs result in a fair catch where the receiving team gets to put the ball in play at the 25-yard line, and that's up about 1% over last year. And as far as returns, we're just above 40% of the kicks that are actually being returned, and that's on par with previous seasons. And then the balance of the kicks are onside kicks, kicks out of bounds. But this is so important for the Rules Committee to continue to monitor this because our goal is to make the kickoff as safe as any other play in the game. So with that, let's get straight on into our plays.
Our first play this week, we've got a couple of issues. One, we notice right up front that there's a formation issue by the offense, and we can see 5 men clearly in the backfield. We know by rule that the offense can have no more than 4 players in the backfield. And so this is a live ball foul that happens with the snap. But what we're going to see is the quarterback drops back. He's got all day to throw, and then he's going to decide to run. And he heads for the sideline, and he appears to stiff arm a defender before running out of bounds. And we get a flag down, somewhat unusual, but a face mask foul charged against number 5, the runner. Now, the rule states that no player shall continuously contact an opponent's face, helmet, including the face mask, but the runner is exempted for that as long as it's open hand, because the rule also says no player shall grasp and then twist, turn, or pull the face mask, which is what the runner does here. So this is a correct call for a face mask foul. But just remember, if the runner keeps an open hand and does not grasp an opponent's face mask and twist and turn, then he can contact the opponent in the helmet or the face mask and push, shove, or stiff arm without it being a foul. Play 2, we're snapping from the 21. We're late in the half, and the line to gain is the 6-yard line. Now, the pass is completed, and the receiver's down just short of the line to gain. So the clock continues to run, and then you're going to see the receiver's injured, and the headline judge comes in to stop the clock for the injury right at 12 or 11 seconds on the clock, but it doesn't stop until it gets to 10. Now, by rule, if the only reason we stop the clock is for a player injury within the last minute of the half, a 10-second runoff applies. And the officials first, they reset the clock properly back to 11 where they stopped it. And that's important because now the defense wants the runoff. And the offense could have used their timeout to avoid the runoff, but since it's now 4th down and the offense just wants to get out of the half with a field goal try and they want to leave no time for their opponents, they're going to allow the 10-second runoff, but then they're going to use their timeout because the clock would start on the referee's signal after the runoff. So the clock is reset to 1 and then it will start on the snap. So sometimes the 10-second runoffs can get a little complicated, but this is an interesting process and a smart move by the coach.
Play 3, the offense completes a pass over the middle for a first down, and then they're going to decide they want to go fast. And what we're going to see is right before the snap, number 9 for the defense is going to go down injured. And although the offensive coach is upset, the officials will always honor an injury timeout. There's no judgment by officials when it comes to player health and safety. And as we go back and look, the defense actually had 12 players on the field, but that's a live ball foul. So since the clock was stopped for the injury timeout before the snap, the play was shut down. So by rule, there's no foul for the defense for illegal substitution. Play 4, we're late in the first quarter, and we're going to get a long field goal attempt, and the snap is at the 33, so it's about a 50-yard attempt. And the defense is going to put a receiver back in the back of the end zone, and the field goal is going to come up just short, and you're going to see number 14, he's going to return the kick. And this is legal, as we all know, and he's going to return this out to about the 40. So it's a really good play. But usually this type play is late in the half or late in the game, but it can be anytime. But just remember that if the defense doesn't touch the ball and it goes beyond the neutral zone on a field goal, then the snap would be from the previous spot if that previous spot was outside the 20-yard line. So the snap was at the 33 here, so this return netted a positive 7 yards. Still a good play, but if the return team had caught it and taken a knee, then it would have been a touchback and it would have been their ball at the 20. Interesting play. Play 5, we have a runner going into the boundary, and we get a call on the field of targeting. And we get some great looks at this. And as we walk back through the process that replay would use, the first thing you have to determine, is this player defenseless? And you can make the case he's sliding, he's lost his balance, his feet are actually out of bounds at the time of the contact, he can't defend himself. And the rule says when in question, a player is defenseless, so you can make this player defenseless. But clearly there's no crown of the helmet hit here, so we have to have an indicator and forcible contact to the head or neck area of the opponent to be able to confirm this. And as we look at the indicator, there's really no attack. In fact, the defender slightly turns away, and it's really questionable if there's forcible contact to the head or neck area. So replay cannot confirm all aspects of this, and so they properly overturn this. Now, we've had a lot of debate, a lot of questions on this play, but that really leads itself to a stands, and we know there's no stands in replay now for targeting. It's either confirm all aspects, or if it was a stands, now we're going to overturn it. So this is a good overturn. Our last set of plays this week is based on a question that we received about penalty enforcement on defensive pass interference. And the rule states that if the foul occurs less than 15 yards downfield, the penalty is enforced at the spot of the foul. So the first play we're looking at, we're snapping at the 17, and the foul is at the 4-yard line, so that's 13 yards downfield. So we would enforce this at the spot of the foul, which is at the 4-yard line on the left hash. So this is correctly done, so good job. Now, by rule, if we're snapping the ball on or inside the 17-yard line and the foul occurs in the end zone or at the 2-yard line or beyond, the penalty is from the previous spot and it will place the ball at the 2-yard line. So as we look at this play, we're snapping from the left hash on the 10. We get a pass interference call in the right edge of the end zone. So the penalty is going to be enforced, we all know, to the 2, but it's from the previous spot. So it would not be on the right hash at the 2-yard line. It would be from the previous spot. We snap from the left hash, so it would be on the left hash at the 2-yard line. So I hope that helps clear up some of the penalty enforcement for defensive pass interference. Well, that's it for our plays, and I appreciate your time invested in watching this video. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving holiday. Best of luck to all this week, and stay safe and healthy.